evening, ladies and gentlemen. Contemporal 2014 and Port Raleigh Productions are proud to present Mystery Radio Theater, brought to you this week by the Temporal Engineers Alliance, the pan-dimensional organization dedicated to providing superior scientific and exceptional engineering solutions to crucial and complex problems arising within the universal space-time continuum. In pursuit of this goal, we now support a great number of professional initiatives, including scientific lectures, engineering workshops, and fantastic employment opportunities. The Temporal Engineers Alliance is seeking community-minded individuals with skills in the temporal or etheric sciences. If you would like to learn more, contact your local T recruiting office or come visit us at the first ever World's Fair, being hosted in Port Raleigh 2014 and Chicago 1933. And always remember, when there is temporal trouble, it's time for tea. Now, we present this week's edition of Mystery Radio Theater and the adventures of Frank Body, Detective. Hey, watch the soup, pal. I just had it laundered.
You should ask for your money back then.
It's a straight shot to the back of the USO.
Mr.
Money,
Capone
it
will
brings
see
two
you
empty
now.
ones back here.
Yeah,
We can use
swell.
that one on the special order. Now get out of here. Hey, Frankie. Long time no see. Come in, sit down. Can I get you anything to drink? Scotch? Maybe a cigar?
No thanks, Billy. I don't want to take up too much of your time.
What are you talking about? Always got time for members of the old gang.
That's not what I heard. I heard you still had it in for me.
What? You think I'm still cross with you, Frankie? We were kids. Kids grow up, you know? I ain't gonna lie to you, though. I was pretty jealous of you there for a while. It looked like you were finally beating the odds, and were doing pretty good for yourself, right?
Yeah, now look at you. Big fish in a little pond, ain't you?
Yeah. When you're the big fish in a little pond, everyone wants to catch you, stuff you, or eat you. So what brings you to my establishment, Frankie? You know, I heard things have been kind of rough for you lately. Can I spend you a couple bucks to see you through?
Nah, I'm good. Thanks.
Same old Frankie. Still nickel and diming it, huh, pal? It's always been your problem, Frank. You can never see the big picture.
I guess I'm just a small details kind of guy.
And look where it got you, Frank. Working hand to mouth, sifting through other people's dirty laundry. You know, there are better opportunities for a smart guy like yourself. Opportunities to do better.
Why, Bill, I didn't know you cared. So what are we talking about here, Billy? Me working for you? You know that ain't never gonna happen.
Hey, I got plenty of guys working for me. I'm talking opportunities, Frank. Business opportunities.
Like what? Smuggling statues? Selling stolen artifacts? Fencing rare books?
Am I supposed to know what you're talking about, Frank?
Well, I know you don't need any help moving hooch, Billy. But the word I hear is you're hanging out with a pretty high-class crowd these days.
Is that so?
Come on, Bill, I get it. Big fish don't swim with the little fish, they eat them. You're swimming with bigger fish now. Politicians, college professors, fancy art dealers, people who have more distinguished tastes.
You could be part of that too, Frank. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's all changing now. Guys like us who grew up on the streets with nothing, we can finally be on top now. You just gotta know the right people.
And maybe do them a few favors, right?
Ain't nothing free in this life, Frankie. You and I both know that.
So, these new friends of yours, like that Mr. Green fella, they can make that happen?
Who are you talking about, Frank?
Okay, alright. Play it your way, Bill. Just make sure you're not the one getting played.
You know something I don't, Frank? Alright, cards on the table. Why are you really here? You didn't wander in here looking for a bottle of hooch and a handout. You ain't looking for any merchandise to move. So what brings you to my door?
I think these new friends of yours may be dealing some pretty dangerous stuff, Bill.
Frankie boy, someone's thrown you a bad bone. These high society types don't deal in dangerous. They like the fancy art and their expensive clothes. They like to hold parties and get plowed like the rest of us. They just celebrate a little bit differently than us.
Any of these celebrations involve reading from rare books or passing around small statues?
Maybe. How the devil would I know? All I know is that if you scratch their back, they scratch yours. And when they do, it's a heck of a lot better than anything you got right now, Frankie boy.
So this back scratching, what are we talking about here? Smuggling some suitcases past customs or providing virgins for the sacrifice?
Hey, I don't handle the hooker trade in this town, and you know that. I move material and provide muscle, and that's what they asked me for.
And these rewards?
Once you're in, Frankie, it's more than you could ever imagine. I'm not talking just money. I'm talking power, Frank. Real power. No more living in fear, looking over your shoulder, or wondering where that next meal's coming from. These people know something the rest of the schmucks living on the street don't know. They know a secret. and they'll share it with you if you prove yourself worthy.
I ain't got nothing to prove to no one but myself.
You're a numbskull. You better get with the program or else you're going to be left so far behind, it's going to cost you 30 cents just to send a postcard.
All right. Big picture, I get it. So how does this work? We meet for drinks? They offer me a gig?
Smart boy. Here's how we do this. Next time I hear they need something done, I'll tell them I can't do it. But you can. I'll schmooze them for you. Make them think you can walk on water. Then, if need be, I'll help you deliver the goods. That way, you can get your foot in the door. The rest will be up to you. I'm telling you, Frank, it's a whole nother world. Pretty soon, you can kiss that hole in the wall goodbye. Move on to a nice place. Start writing your own ticket, Frank.
All right, Bill, all right. You talked me into it.
Attaboy, Frankie. I knew you was too smart to pass up on a good thing. Like I said, guys like us, who grew up on the street, always wanted a taste of the other life. Now there's a way to get it. We've just been playing the wrong set of rules this whole time. They're gonna show you a whole new game, Frankie. You just keep your mouth shut and your nose clean, and pretty soon, it'll be nothing but feather beds and silk sheets.
Boss, they're gonna need you down at the dock. The boat's arriving.
How many times have I told you? It's not a boat, it's a ship. We don't deal with people who own boats anymore. And don't ever call it a boat in front of them. They're real picky when it comes to that. Well, Frankie, I gotta go. Big fish gotta swim and all that jazz.
Yeah, sure, Bill. You know where to find me.
Yeah, well, make sure no one knows where to find me. Unless they're looking for merchandise, of course. Come on, I'll walk you out. This way.
Saying goodbye to his childhood friend, Frank exits the Port Raleigh speakeasy and begins to make his way across town. Will Frank be tempted by Capone's offer, or will he continue his search for more evidence? Find out next on another installment of Mystery Radio Theater and the adventures of Frank Body, Detective. Just me, Doris. Hey, do you remember if that... Doris? Doris, what's wrong?
Why don't you ask Miss Strumpet in there? She's waiting in your office and apparently doesn't know the meaning of the word no, which doesn't surprise me at all. I'm knocking off early, Frank, before I knock something of hers off.
All right, I'll handle it. Go on home, Doris. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, well, make sure you have a shower and get some penicillin shots before you come in. I'll have the exterminators delouse your office in the morning, Frank.
All right, Doris.
I swear, Frank, one day that woman's gonna make me forget my mother raised a lady.
Go on home, Doris.
She's bad news, Frank. Watch your back. Stick 'em up.
Cute, Vivian. Real cute.
Hello, Frank. Long time.
Not long enough. So what brings you here? Never thought I'd see you in my office again.
Same old Frank Body, subtle as a flagpole. You haven't changed a bit.
Hey, I got a haircut and some new shoes since the last time you saw me.
But you still kept that hideous tie.
Just what is wrong with this tie?
Nothing, except I can tell what you've had for lunch every day for the past 5 years.
Yeah, well, you're looking good too, Vivian. You didn't come here just to sweet-talk me, did you?
I heard you bumped into our old friend the Colonel. What did he have to say?
I've heard more intelligent sounds out of a pair of shoes.
What is that noise? I've been hearing it off and on since I got here.
That would be the radiator. It never shuts off all the way. Hand me that pipe wrench beside you. Thanks. There. Just requires that gentle touch.
Well, I do know that's something you're good at.
I'm not going to play your games, Vivian. We've been through all that. So what do you think you're doing here?
I was going to ask you the same question, Frank. What are you doing? You've been asking a lot of questions around town lately, questions you wouldn't normally ask.
I'm working a case. It's what I do. Don't bother asking who hired me. You know I can't tell you that.
I know. I just figured the way you've been going around, we'd run into each other eventually. Thought I'd save you the trip.
How thoughtful.
Frank, I don't want to fight you. I didn't come here for that.
Then what do you want, Vivian?
To warn you. You've been poking around in things you don't understand, and you need to back off.
What? From you and a bunch of silver spoon-fed witch doctors? Capone? The Colonel? Right. I don't think so, doll. Did one of them put you up to this?
No, Frank. I came here by myself. Look, things aren't how they used to be. These people you're investigating, they're dangerous. Don't underestimate them, for your own sake.
You're serious, aren't you? All right, I'll bite. Why warn me then? Given our past, I should think you would want to see me get roughed up a little bit.
I'm talking about more than just a boxed ear or a broken nose, Frank. These people, they'll kill you to keep their secrets, or worse.
Worse? What do you mean worse? I can get worse than death.
Believe me, Frank, there are worse things than death, and they know them. Look, just back off, okay? For your own sake. Just tell whomever hired you that you couldn't find anything. They'll still pay you for the legwork, and you can still sleep at night.
That ain't how it works, doll. I appreciate your concern, but danger's part of the job. That's why I get to charge so much.
You need to wake up, Frank. This isn't some game. You're not staking out a cheating husband or a thieving mistress this time. You could really get hurt.
Nah, I'm touched. So what about you, Vivian? If it comes down to it, are you going to kill me to keep the society's secrets? You going to sell me out for some statues and a bunch of nutcases who sit in on seances?
Don't make me have to choose, Frank. Please. Just this once. Can't you look the other way? Can't you just tell them we don't have any of the statues? I'll make it worth your while.
Really, Vivian? Don't even think about that.
No, Frank. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about money. We'll pay you to look the other way. Whatever they're paying you, we'll double it.
Seems to me like I've heard this song before. No dice, Toots. I may bend the rules a little, but I never took a crooked dime in all my life.
Wise up, Body. Everybody has to compromise. What's so special about your integrity, huh? What's it gotten you? A fly-spec office, a cheap suit, and a car that hasn't moved since I've known you. That's all. And now all that integrity is going to get you killed, and you're too stubborn to see it.
Vivian, how did you get mixed up in all this? This isn't your game. What happened? Did you get tired of servicing unsatisfied husbands and fleecing widowers out of their pensions? How did you get mixed up with statues and secret societies?
I don't owe you an explanation, Frank. I came to warn you and make you an offer. Be smart for once in your life and take it.
Can't do that, doll. I thought you knew me better than that. I got a reputation to uphold. Once I'm on the job, I see it through till it's done. That's the only way to do business in this town. If I blow this gig, it'd be like committing financial suicide. So yeah, I could take your offer, but I'd never work in this town again. And I kind of like it here. It's my kind of strange.
Fine. Have it your way, Body. But a word of advice. Quit while you're ahead, before you end up losing yours.
Jeez, Body, what did you step into this time? Detective Body is singed and burned by the reappearance of an old flame. But has the light of this old flame also revealed a hidden truth? Find out where the trail leads in the next installment of Mystery Radio Theater and the Adventures of Frank Body, Detective. Mystery Radio Theater and the Adventures of Frank Body, Detective is produced by Contemporary 2014 and Port Riley Productions. It was recorded in the Mistress's Closet Recording Studios on March 30th, 1933. Our chief sound engineer is Mike Monahan. Our equipment is provided by Jamin and Joel Skipper, featuring the voice talents of Dustin Landau as Tony Creeper, TJ Navarro as Creeper Capone, Stacey Jones-Bain as Doris, Sarah Byrne as Miss Scarlet, and Heath Jones as Frank Body. Contemporary 2014 is an experiential steampunk convention that invites you to step into the story. Join us on June 27th to the 29th at the North Raleigh Hilton for our third annual extravaganza. Once again, we remind you that this installment is brought to you by the Temporal Engineers Alliance. When there is temporal trouble, it's time for tea. As a special promotion, for this week only, type in the code TEATIME4 2 to receive a special discount when you are an advance pass to our tea room. That is TEATIME4 2, TTIME, the number 4 and the number 2, to receive a special discount off your advanced tea room pass. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and good night. Programming note, you can see Frank Body live June 27th to 29th in Port Raleigh. More information is available on the Aether Network at www.contemporal.org or on the Robot Network at Contemporal Morada Nictu. Up next, Cooking with Humans.